to come in. Let me see if I can pull myself up over here on my computer. See what's going on. Let's see. How is everyone? I hope you guys had a great weekend. Mine was pretty good. Not too bad. I ended up going out to Arizona. Here we go. Even Black Star. Now I'm back. I'm going to get back into the swing of things. We've had a lot of rain, so I'm not home. You can tell I'm not in my normal place. I'm kind of stranded, living off-grid. This is what happens when we live off-grid. So anyway, I got a little stranded. Let me see. Why am I not showing up here? Anyway, how is everyone? Put your comments in there. You know, at the end of my read, I'm going to do a weekend read, a weekly read. We're going to check in with everyone, and we're going to see, you know, what does the week look like for all of us. I don't know why I'm not coming up here. Let me see. Just want to be able to control what's going on with you guys in the chat. All right, there I am. All right, you guys, let's see what's going on. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's see if I can get my chat going here. All right. All signs. All right, put your questions in the comments, and when I'm done doing my reading, I'd be happy to pull cards for you guys and answer some of your questions. All right. So yeah, let's get going here. All right, so we're going to start. We're going to do the readings here. We're going to start with Aries and move our way around the zodiac until we get to Pisces and just kind of get an overall feel of what the weekend looks like. So yeah, what the week looks like. All right, welcome in, you guys. Welcome in. Grateful, thankful for the messages for all of us out there. We are reading all signs for the week ahead. Grateful, thankful for the messages for the week ahead. See what's going on in your world. Grateful, thankful for all the messages for all of us. All right, we're going to start with Aries. Aries, grateful, thankful for the messages for Aries. Aries, sun, moon, rising, Venus, all that good stuff. What's going on for all of my Aries for the upcoming week? Let's get 3 cards out, all right? And just kind of get a nice picture of what's going on. All right, Aries, first card out for you comes out as the Queen of Cups, reversed. So your emotions might be running amok, all right? When we see the energies of the Queen come in reversed, a lot of times that could mean that, you know, emotionally you might be a little off, or maybe you're just not really, you know, I don't know, trusting your moods, all right? Because a lot of times when we have the energy of the Queen of Cups, we just don't really know how we're really feeling. And then we have the King of Swords coming in with the Fool card. So, you know, I'm feeling like between you and someone else, there could be a disconnect this week, all right? So just kind of keep that in mind, all right? That, you know, this person over here might be thinking that I can do whatever I want, and this is you over here, or vice versa. So I do feel like if you are coupled up or partnered up with someone, it could be a little rough this week. But, you know, you end up here with the Fool as the final outcome for the week. So, you know, I think it's one of these things. Take a deep breath, Aries. Just kind of, you know, process. And if you don't know how you're really feeling, take the time and move away and, you know, things of that nature. You know, it's just like do what you have to do to gain control of your emotions. And if you don't feel like opening up, because the Queen of Cups is one of these energies that's got this little lid on the cup, then, you know, then don't. You know, if you're just not trusting how you are feeling, you know, move in that direction, and I think you'll feel a lot better. All right? So, yeah, welcome in, you guys. Why are my teeth so perfect? Well, possibly because I went to the dentist and paid a lot of money for these teeth. All right? Yeah, I had an accident when I was young, and yeah, it really kind of messed up my teeth. So yeah, they are all veneers that I've got. All right, let's see what's going on for the rest of you. We are moving on to my Taurus. Let's see what the energies look like for Taurus this week. We start out with you as the energy of the Hierophant. I like that because, you know, Taurus, this is about you this week doing you. All right. Hey, the Roswell story. Welcome in, Tantra Wave and Hawk. Really nice to see you. Yeah, you know, listen, I've even got a bigger one over there. See that big one? It's even got a flower. See the flower? Yeah. Anyway, so Taurus, listen, we are starting in with the Hierophant coming in. I like this because this is you doing you, all right? This is you not conforming to other people. This is you kind of doing what you really need to do. So I like that energy. You know, the Hierophant, when it's reversed, this is you, you know, having the freedom to do and move about as you like. So I feel like this is a week where you're going to just kind of want to, you know, not really get involved with other people, because we do have this energy here of the Three of Cups coming in reversed. Now, you know, this is one of those things. Maybe you don't want to do what everybody else is doing. Everybody says, hey, let's go to the bar. And you're like, no, I don't want to go to the bar. Or everybody says, hey, let's go do this. And you're just going to be, you know, I think wanting to do more things on your own. Hey, Jack from Canada, welcome in. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, all right? Ace of Pentacles coming in. And, you know, it's a good week, you know, on your own. And I think if you stay focused on that, Taurus, you're going to have a good week, all right? And, you know, this is one of these weeks I think you would really rather be doing your thing than really getting involved with other people. And at the end of the week, I mean, we pull out with this Ace of Pentacles. You know, so maybe you get an opportunity to go somewhere or do something, you know, that might actually benefit you. So yeah, let's stay tuned to that, huh? So I think overall, Taurus, you know, you're going to have a good week as long as you can be on your own. All right, let's move on to my Geminis. Gemini, we start out with the Tower. Uh-oh, something unexpected could hit. All right, so that's what I'm feeling. You might start the week off with a bang. All right, when we have the energy of the Tower and it's followed by the Five of Swords, I think it could lead to some, you know, arguing and, you know, whatever this unexpected thing that pops up. I mean, this could be something like right now we have these massive rainstorms going on. This is why I'm over here and not at my own house. You know, it's just like that could mean the roof, you know, might start leaking and you have to do something. And, you know, there could be an argument about like, oh my gosh, you know, we don't have the money. We don't know what to do. I mean, it's this kind of an energy that whatever this unexpected thing that hits you this week, Gemini, it could really erupt into some kind of you know, some kind of an argument between you and someone else. But at the end of the week, we end up with the Death card. So I think when we have this Death card energy at the end, you know, that kind of takes things to a new level. All right. So whatever this Tower was, I feel like it had to happen. And when the Tower hits, it's immediate. All right. It's not like, you know, this is dragging out. You know, this is something that just kind of hits you out of nowhere. And when it strikes, it's done. And then, you know, we just have to pick up the pieces and move on. So, I mean, this could really bring about, you know, a truth that comes up when we have this Death card of like, you know, listen, this had to happen because I'm done. You know, it could be like the last straw type of thing. Hey, Laura Lee, welcome in. Yeah, it's nice to see you, Jay. It's really nice to have you in the house. Hayden, welcome in. You found a stick. That's good. You want to play sticks with my dog? Hayden. Next to a dead body is chasing me. I don't understand what that means. Grey Wolf, welcome in. Welcome in, you guys. It's nice to have you here. I'm just giving us an overview of the week. And when I'm done, if you guys have a question, put it in the chat. I always go back and I try to answer all of the questions that you guys are asking me. I just like to help out that way. We got someone in from India. Welcome, Harmon. Welcome in. Nice to see all you guys. All right, let's move on. I am working on Cancer. Cancer, let's see what your week is looking like. We start out with the Emperor. Star card reversed to the Seven of Cups. All right, so the Emperor card, all right? This is, you know, I feel like you are ready for battle, right? Because my focus went to the armor that he had on, you know, and, you know, there could be a situation that you might be dealing with another person. This could be a boss, this could be a father figure, this could be somebody, you know, really out there, you know, who has a lot of control and a lot of power. Like I said, I'm picking up, you know, that, you know, you are ready for anything. It's almost like, sure, bring it on, right? But I feel like, you know, this is one of these weeks that starts out with a message, you know, a really strong message of you needing to kind of gain some control. Excuse me. You know, or somebody kind of puts something in front of you, you know, and says, look, I need you to do this. You know, and you might be like, I don't know if if I want to do this, you know, but whoever this is, this Emperor energy, like I said, it could be a father figure, it could be your boss, it could be somebody in charge, somebody who has a lot of control. Aries is a strong energy with this Emperor. But it's followed by the Star card. You know, so I don't think you're very, very hopeful about this whole situation. So whatever this Emperor is wanting you to do, I think you're looking at, you know, maybe I can do something else, or maybe I can get out of it. Excuse me. But I just feel as if there is, you know, a situation that comes up that is brought to your attention. And whatever this Emperor brings up to you, I really feel like, you know, it pushes you to like, I'm going to look for other options. I'm going to see if I can do something else. You know, this is how I'm going to move about it. Excuse me. So Harmon, I just want to say this, all right? If you guys spam the comments with the same question over and over again, I will not read for you. All right? So just stop it here, Harmon, if you want me to read this question, because if not, I'm going to just totally bypass you, because it's not fair to the others who also wants to put it in there. So apparently you're not listening to me. So, you know, don't be surprised if I wash you away and out of the chat. So if you want the question answered, Harmon, please stop spamming the chat. Okay? Got it. All right. Now that we're all on the same page, when I finish my readings, Harmon, I will definitely come back to you. All right? Boy, I just got this frog in my throat. Let me take a sip of my lemonade in my green jar that makes it look like some kind of nuclear drink. You're welcome, Ravenhawk. My kindred spirit. All right, let's move on to Leo. Let's see what Leo's week looks like. So you start out, Leo, with the Wheel of Fortune. We like that. So I think it's going to be a good week for you. All right, here we have the Wheel of Fortune coming in. And I like that because, you know, when I see the Wheel of Fortune start out, maybe things have been a little rough, you know, or things haven't been really going in the direction that you really want them to be going in. And, you know, here we are now trying to figure things out. And the fact that the Wheel of Fortune, you know, kind of gives you some relief. And I think it also is about, you know, realizing that I can't keep doing something that's not working for me. And in so doing that, you know, I think this Judgment card and the Wheel of Fortune says, you know, I'm just going to move on. I'm not going to keep trying to make something happen that doesn't want to happen. I'm not going to keep trying to make something work with somebody that doesn't work. And I'm just going to move on because I think it's time for you to turn those tables around on yourself. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles ending the week, and it's reversed. You know, so I think you can relax this week, Leo. And I think that is the key to this week for you. You can just kind of sit back. Everything is turning. Things are going in a better direction. And you're going to be okay. You're just not going to continue to give to a situation that you realize now is not working for you, because that's probably what this bad turn of events was that was holding you back. And your decision to move on and away from something is what's going to help you. And then, you know, the Knight of Pentacles doesn't want to work. It just want to kick back and just kind of enjoy themselves. So I got both of my dogs here. Here comes Huggy. All right, ready? Here he is. This is the young dog. This one has a lot of energy, and he has no manners. Right, Huggy? You have no manners. No, say hi to everybody. Right, Huggy, get down. Come over here. All right, can you sit down? No, we're not going to do this. Stop. Sit down. Sit. Okay. All right. Did you say hi to everybody? All right. Hey, you guys, welcome in. Antonio. All right, welcome in, you guys. Eslila, welcome. Dahlia, nice to see you. It's nice to see all you guys. And we have somebody up there from Kenya. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, let's move on so we can get to your questions, right? Because that's the best part. All right, let's see. Who's next? We have Virgo. Virgo, you're next. We got the Page of Wands coming in for you. A new opportunity. Maybe you get some good news about something that you really wanted to see happen. I like that energy. But then it's followed by the Six of Wands reversed. So I feel like, you know, for you, it could be like the good with the bad this week. You know, it's like you start out really, really great. It's like, oh my gosh, this is really going to happen. I'm going to get to go here. I'm going to get to do this. And then it's almost like, wah, wah, you know, oh, maybe it's not going to happen. But I gotta tell you, Virgo, you end the week with the Ace of Cups. I like the Ace of Cups coming out because, maybe, it started out really, really good, and then all of a sudden it kind of dives down, and then I feel the energy come up. So, like, you're doing a dive like this week. But to end with the Ace of Cups, maybe there's somebody at the end of the week who might just want to take you out on a date. It could be new love. It could be you saying, I'm going to take care of me and I'm going to do what I need to do. So I like your week overall. And like I say, the want, with the Six of Wands, there could be something that comes through this week that's a little disappointing, but you'll be all right because the beginning and the end of the week seem to make up for whatever that could be. Whatever that is. Hey, Bebop, welcome in. Raymond, nice to see you. Yeah, I'll get to your reading. All right, Raymond. I got to go back and get Harmon because I really put him in his place, and I want to make sure that I answer this question. All right, let's see what's going on for who's next. Libra. Libra, we're starting out with you with the High Priestess to the Magician. Oh, I like that. To the Two of Wands. Listen, if you have this thought, this idea, or, some kind of, I don't know, a dream, some psychic kind of download, Libra, that you really want to make something happen, you've got the support of the Magician this week. So I think, follow your gut, follow your intuition. It could be around a decision that you want to make here. Because here we've got the Two of Wands coming in, and, you can stay where you're at, but, if your intuition is giving you this idea of like, maybe we should try it. Maybe we should try, he's holding the world in his hand. Maybe you thinking, oh, maybe I should get a YouTube channel. Yeah, why not? I got one, anybody can get a YouTube channel. But maybe it's time, this is something that you've been wanting to do for a long time. I feel like this is the week. This is the week to really look at it and make a decision, Libra, and say, gosh, maybe I do want to start that. Maybe I am going to start doing something on the side that I really want to do that could lead me to someplace a lot bigger. I like this week. I mean, so far, I think you have the best week coming forth, with this energy. I mean, the High Priest is very intuitive, all right? So don't discount what you're feeling. Don't discount what you're thinking, Libra, because I really feel like this really amazing manifestation is at play with you. So let's see that happen for you, because at the end of the week, you're going to really be thinking about like, yeah, maybe I can do this. Maybe I really can make this decision. Anyway, great energy for you, Libra. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's see what's happening for Scorpio. Uh-oh, we got the Queen of Wands coming in reversed. All right, so listen, Queen of Wands reversed. Okay, I don't like it when any of the court cards come in reverse because it usually has a negative spin to the personality. Queen of Wands reversed. Let's talk about this. Are we jealous? Are we upset about something? Is there something that's really bothering you? Did somebody do something? Now you're angry at them? Because usually this is a very confident, anything goes kind of person. But when she's reversed, a lot of these kind of strange feelings or emotions can be coming up. And we do have the Ace of Wands. So I'm wondering, I'm just saying this may not apply to a lot of people, but my feeling is that there could be somebody that you're not necessarily with, but you could be, see that they are with someone else, and that might be striking a chord, and it's just like, oh, you're going out with them. What are you doing with them? I mean, it's just this energy where I feel like if things didn't work out with you and it went on to somebody else, because, the Ace of Wands can turn around and be, an opportunity to do something or be with somebody, and it's got a lot of passion, but it's reversed. And I almost feel like somebody else has got that you would have wished you had. And then we have the Ten of Swords coming up here reversed. So the Ten of Swords reversed, this is an energy of, maybe it's not really over. So some of you Scorpios may realize you still have feelings for someone, even though, you thought that they were gone, and it's really not over for you. So this could be a very, I want to say an emotionally awakened awareness type of week for you, and how you really feel about someone or a situation. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Scorpio. Harmon, I know, I'll get to your question. Listen, I'll go back. I go back into the chat and I start at the beginning and I read through them all and I try to get everybody's questions. I'm not in a hurry to get off, all right? I'm here until the rain stops raining, so Don't worry, I will get to everyone's questions. Thank you, Ravenhawk, for helping me out there. All right, let's move on to my Sagittarians, because I'm almost done, and then we'll get to all your questions. But Sagittarius, what does your week look like? So we're starting out with the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, that's you trying to make it all happen. All right, I'm feeling like Sagittarius, you got to watch your money this week, all right? Because we've got the Nine of Pentacles coming in reverse. When I see it come in reverse, a lot of times that tells me, you might be impulsively buying things or shopping, and you shouldn't be spending your money, especially if we've got this Two of Pentacles, because you're already trying to make things balance. So if you decide, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy that new pair of shoes you really don't need, that's that kind of energy. You can't afford that right now. This is not a week where you should just be frivolous with your time, with your money, and with your energy. Because the Two of Pentacles can also be like, how do I balance my work with my family? Maybe I need to pick up another job, do a little moonlighting, so, I'm not so broke this week. And it could be around, some issues with the family too, because we do have the Ten of Cups coming out here, Sagittarius. So I think trying to balance life and work and family and money and what the needs are of the family, all of that. I just feel as if, this is one of these weeks that this card is really important, that you realize you just can't do everything. And sometimes we just got to say, I can't afford to go, or we're not going to do that because I don't have time. So this is an energy that I think will balance out as the week goes on, because you do end on a good note. All right. So at the end of the week, I think just kind of hanging with family and just kind of getting through it will be okay. But definitely keep your hands in your pocket, Sagittarius. If you don't need to spend money, then don't do it. All right. So let's see. Who's next? Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. So listen, we've got the Eight of Pentacles coming in reversed. And then we have the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords coming in reverse. Lots of eights. And then the Queen of Swords. Harmon, listen, you can always come back, all right? I will answer your question whether you are here or not. So I will get to your question, and if you got to leave, then leave. All right, and then you can come back and check in. I mean, this will be playing for as long as, the internet is up, all right? So, moving back to my Capricorns. All right, Capricorn, look, we've got the Eight of Pentacles coming in reverse. Maybe some of you guys are really struggling with work. And, in so doing, it's really affecting you. Maybe you don't have a job and you need to look for a job and you're having a hard time finding a job. Or maybe the work that you're dealing with is really, it's not working for you, because this is about breaking cycles as well. I like that this has come in reversed. And I tell you why, Capricorn, because when we have this energy of the Eight of Swords coming in reversed, our mental state, because this is a lot of mental energy, it starts to affect us on a lot of levels, So when we have this energy of the Eight of Swords coming in like this, and we have the Eight of Pentacles, I mean, we're trying to find some sense of balance, all right? So when we have the eights coming in, it's like you've got to break out of a cycle, and you've got to break out of a cycle that's probably driving you crazy. So, I think you need to do what you need to do. Now, at the end of the week, Capricorn, what we come up with is the Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Swords is, we notice she's got her hand out, she's got her sword up, she's willing to do, what it is that needs to be done. Hear someone out, have a conversation with somebody, or even talk to somebody who might have a little bit more advice for you. So, if you do have someone like that, don't feel bad about going back and really kind of, talking to someone who is really open to it. Or maybe you're having a hard time, at work, and you need to talk to somebody at work about what's going on. I feel like the energy is open to help you get out of this place where, maybe you're feeling insecure about your job, or maybe you're feeling like, things aren't working for you. Thanks, Ravenhawk. Thanks for being a part of the channel. Yeah, and then, the Queen of Swords here, I just feel as if, this is about getting things in order. This is about getting your life in order. This is about making sure that everybody's on the same page. So I think it'll be a week of clarity. And if you have been in a place where, you've been just trying to figure things out, all right, this is a week where you could gain some introspection and even some wisdom from somebody who might have something really good to say to you. Oh, look, I pulled up that 10 of Cups as well. So anyway, good stuff. All right, let's see. Aquarius. Let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius. We have the 9 of Cups. I like. You're starting out with a wish. We like that. All right, and then we have the Hermit reversed, and then we have the Hanged Man reversed. So Aquarius, we start out with you getting something that you really, really want. And you know, when it starts out like this, I have to say that it's probably something that you've been keeping really quiet about. This need for you to like manifest this thing that you really want to have happen. Because the 9 of Cups is a wish card. All right, and then we have the Hermit card coming in reversed. All right, so take the time this week, Aquarius, to really sit with yourself and what it is that you really want to see happen, because we also have this card here of the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is about, right, let's take the time to gain the perspective that I need in order to manifest this wish that I want. So, you know, this is a week that, you know, these cards are asking you to take the time to sit with yourself, to find the wisdom that you so desperately want. You know, and with that Hanged Man, once you do that, I think you're going to start to see things a little differently. And I think you'll see exactly how to manifest this wish that you want. So, yeah, a very deep week for you, Aquarius. All right, let's move on to Pisces. Pisces, you are last, and then I can address all of these issues that Harmon would like me to address. He's kind of taken over the chat, and I won't let you do this again, Harmon. Next time you spam it like this, I will block you, all right? But I will answer your question as I promised when it's your turn. All right, so let's move on. Last but not least, my Pisces. Pisces, a little patience this week will go a long way, all right? Because we start out with the Temperance card, and it is reversed. So everything in moderation, right? But when we see the Temperance card come in reverse, it's just like you just can't wait. This is very apropos to Harmon. He can't seem to wait for me to finish in order to answer his question. But here, when we have this card coming up, Pisces, you know,